So today I'm going to show you how to make this happy birthday card. Okay. It's very cute, very springy looking, rid of this dreary winter. Okay, so what you need is this designer series paper. Comes from Sale A Bration. It's one of the things you can get free right now. And its coordinating colors are Pacific Point, Balmy Blue, Granny Apple Green, among many others. But I chose the blueberry one. So that's going to be Pacific Point, Balmy Blue, and Granny Apple Green. So those are the three colors I am using. Okay. And you may say, why does she have those little things as opposed to the large stamp? Well, they do have a couple of the larger ones. Here's one in the garden green. But I found it's a lot cheaper to buy the empties of these and get the refills for the colors. And then you can just fill this up. And I don't even use half a bottle on the refill bottle to fill this up. And this does many cards. So I think it's a lot cheaper, and then you can get a wider variety of colors. If you're like me, you like to use various colors, not just use the same ones over and over. Okay, so that's what I'm going to use for this. Now, for the card base, it's one sheet of Pacific Point. That is 5.5 by 4.25. That's it, one sheet, nothing there. What? Trust me, that's all you need. Then your designer series paper. You want one sheet of it, and that is going to be 4 by 5.25. Okay. And then other designer series paper, so it matches it. Okay, you want it to match because I want everything coordinated. The flip side goes beautifully with it. Okay. And this sheet is 5.5 by 3, and you're going to score at 1.5. Okay, so it's right in the middle. That's where it's going to be scored. Okay. For this project, you also need these shapes. And to get these, you use the stitched nested dies. Okay, so use those. And you want one in Pacific Point, and you want 2 smaller ones in the Whisper White. Okay, so those are all the paper you need for this. And I'm going to use stamps from the Berry Blessings, which is available right now during Sale A Bration. And for my sentiments, I'm taking them from the Peaceful Moment stamp set. I'm going to be using the Happy Birthday and the Wishing You Every Happiness this special day will bring. So if you have other ones you want to use, go right ahead. All right, so the first thing you want to do is take your DSP and attach it to the card base. Okay. I'm just looking at the DSP to see which one I want on the outside, because a lot of it's going to show on that side. Because it is not going to be covered up. It's going to be showing. I want it to show off. I want it to look really nice. So I chose that one. Looks like a little bit more blueberries than the other side. Might be the same, but looks a little different. Okay, so step 1, easy. Okay. The next step is to attach this backing to it. And when you put your taper glue on here, you have to make sure you only get it on the one half. You cannot get any on this half. If you do, it will ruin the card. So what I'm suggesting is you fold it in half the other way and put your glue and tape on this part. That way you will ensure that you will not get anything on the other side. Because you hate to do all this work and then your card won't open. Because that's what will happen if you put glue or tape on the other half of this. Your card won't open, it'll be sealed shut. So you put your glue or tape on there, and then you're going to put that right in the crease, get it all lined up, And then you just want to fold it over and press down. And then it's attached on the back. There. Okay, and that's our flap. Okay. And the inside's nice, color coordinated. Goes well. Looks good. All right. So now we want to take one of our white. And I'm going to stamp the sentiment first. Okay, and I'm going to stamp it in Pacific Point because I want to coordinate everything. Some people like to do an eclectic look, and by all means, go right ahead if that's your style. So you just want to get it centered in there. Press it down. There. Okay, looks good. All right, so I'm happy with that. All right, then the next thing I would suggest you stamp on are the blueberries. And the reason I say that is because if you're stamping the leaves, say you go like this, that blueberry is going to go right over top of that happy birthday and you might not notice it. And to me, the blueberries are the important part. That's what I want to stand out. And because I want them to stand out, I'm actually going to use two different colors on them. So the outline is going to be Pacific Point. So I stamp that up and then I look to see whereabouts I want my blueberries to sit on this near the sentiment. I'm going to put them there. And if you want them going off the page, have them going off the page. Okay, so there's some there. And then up top, I'm going to go the other way. And yeah, maybe I'll have it come off the page. Do a little different. There. Okay. Then the next step is going to be the inside of the blueberries. Just trying to get that dried off. Gonna grab the inside of the blueberries. Whoops. Knocking things over here. Okay, so the inside of the blueberries, I am using the Balmy Blue. Okay. And you just want to be careful when you're lining up and make sure you get it all lined up. And at first you may think, oh, that doesn't, but just wait till it's all done and see what you think afterwards. Don't pass judgment just yet. Okay, and again, for the top part, you want to get it all lined up. And put that down there. There we go. All right. Then we add the leaves. Because to me, the leaves weren't the important part, so that's why I wanted to do the blueberries first. I got them where I wanted them to be, and now I'm going to add the leaves. I'm also not doing two tones with the leaves because I want the blueberries to really stand out. So they're going to have the two different colors, and hopefully it gives it enough that it'll stand out. So for the leaves, I'm using the Granny Apple Green. Get this all inked up. And then you want to take a scrap piece of paper and put it over top of the words, just to make sure the leaf doesn't go over top of it. And you want to line it up. Gotta pull this towards me a little bit so I can see it a little better. Gonna get it lined up. Push that down. Okay, here's the one. That, oh, it actually looks like that blueberry's falling off onto the leaf. Okay, I'll do the other side. Ink this up. And again, put my scrap piece of paper there. And line this up on the blueberries. Whoa. That keeps sliding on me. Okay, right there. And then get this lined up on the blueberries. And push that down. Okay, there. Okay, so there the sentiment is untouched. The blueberries are where I wanted them to be. And then the leaves and the stem, the green, is just a nice accent to it, okay? And I think that two-tone on the blueberries really makes a difference. All right, so that's that part done. So now you want to take the larger piece done with Pacific Point, and I'm going to attach the white one to it. And with these, I am making sure that I put tape on every edge, just to make sure that they stay secure. And you want to put it on here centered. Oh, what's going on here? Okay. All right. Corner, corner. Okay, looks centered. Press it down. There. Okay. Then we want to attach this to that edge. So in order to do that, I just want to put a thin strip of tape or glue on that one edge. Make sure you put it on the right edge. Okay. That's all you want, one thin strip. Then you're going to position this where you want it to be. Okay. And then press down to set it. There. Okay. So now I have that. And notice, once it's on here, I know it looked a little odd to have that balmy blue in the blueberries, but when you have it on here with the paper, it matches nicely. Okay, so we have the darker blue, the lighter blue, I think really coordinates well. Okay, and then the last bit we have to do is the inside. So for that, I'm gonna get my sentiment, and I'm going to stamp it in Pacific Point. Get this inked up. All right, and I want to put it in the middle. Get it in there as best you can. There. Perfect size. Okay. You can also use the Stamparatus that Stampin' Up! Sells, and then you can get it exactly where you want it. I just didn't want to take the time when I'm doing the video for you guys. All right, and now I want to put some blueberries on here, but I don't want any more stems. So I'm just going to take some blueberries, do the outline again in Pacific Point. going to put them at the top. Okay, I'm going to leave the bottom blank. That way there's room for someone to sign the card. Okay, and then the inside of the blueberries, I'm going to do again with the balmy blue. Okay, so we get it lined up. Put it on there. Stamp it in. Okay. There. Okay, and we've got our blueberries done on the inside. So now all that's left is to attach this to here. We want to make sure it's exact. So what I'm going to do is first put my tape on this side. And again, use your tape or glue. Do put it on every side just to make sure it stays down well. Okay. And to make sure it's in there perfectly, I am going to flip the card open. I'm going to line it up over the blue one. Okay. Some of you may say, how do I do center? I can't see the whole thing. Well, I go by the points, the tips there. So those tips are lined up. Those tips are lined up. I look at the space in between them there. That looks good. Then I'm going to take this and I'm going to fold it over and press down. And there, it's in the exact spot that we need it to be to display when it's open. So there it is. It's a simple card, but it's really cute, very vibrant, brings in that springy feel. Okay, so you have happy birthday, and you can change your sentiment. You can make it a thank you card, whatever you want. And then inside, leave some space to sign. That's what I find. Okay, so that's it. If you have any questions, you can put them in the comment section. Thank you. Bye-bye.